Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Check-In. Tonight, we are in person with the one and only Thix Picks,
We out
Brad
here.
Cowell,
We out here.
Turkey Day Special.
Been drinking since noon.
Been drinking since noon. Facts. Brad Cowell, manager of Thix Picks, on tonight in person.
Cracking
what are we
bottles.
drinking? What are we cracking right
Little midwinter's
now? Okay.
midnight dram pour.
Pretty tossed already. We've been drinking. It's been Thanksgiving. Brad's been over since 11 o'clock. We had mimosas and a couple other things since then. We're having a little... what scene is this?
This is Act 11, Scene 1.1.
I have no idea what that means, but I believe it's a little rye bourbon with a cask finish and some port barrels.
Port barrel finished. I can already just smell
Smells okay.
the winter spices.
A couple of winter spices. I'm going to switch to my left hand for buffalo purposes.
Roll in the glasses.
I don't mind it. Cheers to everyone.
Excellent. It's damn good.
All right, Bradley. Well, it's Thanksgiving Day. It's not Saturday night. It's Thursday night. A little special edition. We just watched 3 games tonight. But before we get into fantasy, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the tradition of Thanksgiving night, I guess. So Thanksgiving, let's not talk about... Obviously, everyone loves turkey. Everyone loves ham. What have you.
I am hammed.
What are the 3 best sides? Give me your top 3 sides for
Top 3 sides. Mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Green bean casserole.
Now we're doing onions with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Crispy onion topping?
Crispy onion topping. Okay. And then third side, I'm going to go namesake bread. Like just bread. Dinner rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you put it with the ham or you put it with the turkey and you put it with gravy, the roll is the best part.
Right.
Especially if it's warm and hot with butter. It makes a meal. It makes all the other sides jealous by the end of it because it enhances every side that you put on it. You mop up everything on the plate at the end. You get every piece, but then you get that warm, toasted bread. Yeah, that's got to be a top 3 side.
I'm not arguing with what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
I don't fuck around when it comes to the food.
All right, and then one more question. Thanksgiving Day, besides the food, what is the number 1 activity? What do you have to do on Thanksgiving Day besides eat?
Watch football. Fuck yeah. That's what we did.
I assume that was the answer.
That's what we fucking did.
You gotta watch football. We had 3 games today, Brad. Did you have anyone playing tonight?
I did. I had Almond Brown and the kicker.
Almond Brown.
St.
That sounds like a Thanksgiving dish.
Yep.
Did you eat Almond Brown or
St. Pie?
Amon Ra St. Brown play?
Yes. He ate garbage time minutes, and I loved it. I loved watching him. I was...
For those of you that don't know, me and Brad played each other, so it was a special Thanksgiving Day. He did have 2 players. He had Amon Ra St. Brown, not Almond Brown.
Everything that could have gone right went right. Packers get a dub. Amon Brown St. Brown got himself 18 points, was it? 18?
18.5, yep. And then you had the kicker for Dallas, who...
50-yarder at the end.
Missed an extra point early in the game.
But made the 50-yarder.
But then at the end, yeah, I mean...
That's all you ever
made
want.
up for it. They had 45 points. You can't... I mean, for a team that scores 45 points, the kicker only has 8 points.
You got to be pretty happy about that.
I mean, I'm happy about that. I'll tell you, my kicker is Jake Elliott for the Eagles. He averages 9 points.
Yeah.
Your team scored 45, and
who did the Eagles play this week? Probably, somebody.
Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Fraud-ass team.
Yeah.
Fraud-ass team.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Who won the last time the Eagles played the Buffalo Bills?
I honestly couldn't tell you anything because all I know is that...
Yeah, I think it was the Bills, actually. So,
I just keep winning in fantasy.
Teams
anyway, all right.
Eagles.
So we are inebriated, but and we don't really have an agenda for tonight's pod, but
Just chatting it, chopping it up.
chopping it up.
Seahorse League.
A lot of thoughts on the 3 games tonight. We had a lot of players playing for across the league. We had a lot of tight matchups,
Tight matchups, tight holes.
right, Brad?
Yep.
We've got John versus Lehman. Lehman's pretty much obviously in the playoffs.
Yeah.
John needs to win to get into the playoffs.
Sam Laporta just kind of did some work for John early too.
Well, he's on Lehman's team, but yeah, like you were saying.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Did work on John. That's what I meant.
So you got let's break it down like that. That's fine. So John was playing Lehman Thursday night game. They both had their tight ends. Battle of tight ends.
Yeah, battle of tight ends, and
Lehman had Laporta. John had Logan Thomas. And the fact that John hasn't traded for a tight end yet.
I was gonna say the fact that I don't even know who Logan Thomas is yet.
I don't know who he had a couple good games. He's on.
Oh yeah, he's out there.
He's on a good team, but they play Dallas tough.
Commanders is on a good team.
Logan Thomas scored 3.5 points. Sam Laporta scored 17.7. Take away that it was literally in the last 1 minute that Sam Laporta scored a touchdown. He would only have 11 points. Tough break for John, but
garbage time did him dirty.
It's only one position, so John still has a chance.
Everybody's chance.
It is. He's projected 106 to Lehman's 140. We're all rooting for John, obviously. Lehman can suck a big dick.
He can. Although it'd be nice, I could sneak in still. It's a loss for John, so kind of need John to lose.
Yeah, that's true. You are also fighting for the playoff shot.
Kind of rooting for some losses out of some teams.
I think every single person might be rooting for someone different this week, which is great, and I think that points to the diversity in this league.
Yeah, a lot of hardships people have gone through this league. I've been nicked a few times.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect example. I'm a top seed. Brad's a middle seed. I'm rooting for John to win.
The way that my team's been playing.
Brad's rooting for Lehman to win. So I mean, this is what we want the league to be.
It is.
We want to all root for different people so that it helps our own
best interests.
Exactly. So I think we're honestly in the best situation. Next matchup, we got Justin versus Mitch, which Justin's bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, he has gotten just absolutely rammed by all injuries.
He's not making the playoffs, but you hope. I mean, I think you specifically hope that
he gives
a playoff on the fence that you hope he can upset some people. Mitch,
yeah,
I think a lot of people are nervous about Mitch making the playoffs.
Well, Mitch just keeps on getting Dallas matchups that have been favorable, and the second
talk about it
that Dallas plays a team that isn't, the Washington Commanders or the Giants, I think that we might see some adversity.
I don't
know.
I'm looking at their play. Okay, so the playoff schedule.
I'm looking at the second that he has to play Philly, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit. I think that those are going to be some challenging games.
So I'll tell you what. So Mitch's playoff for Dak Prescott, Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's a high-scoring game for Dak.
I don't think
Miami, high-scoring game for Dak.
I don't think so.
And Detroit, high. I think if Mitch makes the playoffs,
Detroit
I don't think you want to see Mitch in the playoffs. So hopefully he doesn't make it. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think all of those teams, though, are much better than the Giants and the Commanders.
Well, 100%.
And that's who he just played. So
Mitch scored 72.5 with
these are the highest scoring weeks that he will have.
Justin also had 3 players playing tonight. He unfortunately only scored 38. It looks like it's going to be another loss for Justin. He's got Chris Olave, Isaiah unlikely to score a lot of points in my opinion. But looks like Mitch is going to fulfill his prophecy of making the playoffs. I've talked to a lot of people. I don't think anyone wants to see Mitch in the playoffs.
I don't think you want to see that matchup. I don't think you want to see that team. It's dangerous. He's stayed dangerous.
I will tell you one thing. I'm most likely going to get a first-round bye. I'm happy I don't have to see Mitch. So whoever is that.
Yeah.
Whoever's that 3 seed that has to play Mitch, who's probably going to be the 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a for sure.
Yeah.
You see Baxter maybe in the 3 seed, Dillman in the 3 seed. He's got to play Mitch.
Oh,
First
dangerous game.
round,
Dangerous games.
I don't want to see it. Nice job, Mitch.
I don't even know what the first round is going to be. What game
No,
week is
I mean
that?
it's too close to tell. It's going to be Baxter Dillman. I think is going to be the top seed for the first round. Who knows? Our next matchup is Bax against Randy.
Oh, ham bones.
Baxter's looking potentially for a first round bye, but I think it's very unlikely just for his points scored. But if anything, he's looking for the top seed for the
Well,
first round.
he did put $35 on AJ Dillon, and he did get 11 points out of him today. So
Is $35 worth 11 points to you, Brad, in this league?
I can't say because we've pretty much devalued every single dollar in this league somehow or another, and pretty much made money frivolous, and nobody has to care about it anymore because you can't keep keepers, and you don't have to worry about the waiver wire. So who really gives a fuck anymore? We're in an auction league where money doesn't matter. So
Hey,
thanks, guys.
calm it down real quick.
Good work, guys. Good work. We all appreciate it as auction players.
Brad's riled up. All right, just for everybody at home, Baxter had 3 guys playing on Thanksgiving. He scored 29 points. Randy Dickus Handbones had 2 players and scored more than Baxter's 3. Although one of the 3 that Baxter had was defense. Baxter left Christian Watson on the bench. Packers are looking good. Christian Watson scored a tud.
That's
20 points on the bench. Although
the highlight, I guess.
Randall
Today.
did leave 22 on the bench with Deebo Samuel, so you got to pretty much call that a wash.
For all the Packers haters, it's great to see in a rebuilding year, a team at least going out there and being scrappy.
I'll tell you this: the Packers look better this year than the last year. And they had Aaron Rodgers last
Wait,
year.
I got a question. Doing rebuild years when you're in the hunt for the playoffs, is that good?
It's good, Brian. I want to ask you one
good.
question about
It's
the
good.
Packers. In their last 3 games, have they looked good? How many screens have they done?
Less screens, noticeably less screens.
I guarantee you about 0 screens.
It's almost like somebody was listening to me when they realized this offense is shit and we should stop running it, and then started running a new one.
My theory is that they said, you know what? We're not going to win a Super Bowl this year. We're not going to make the playoffs this year. You know what, Jordan Love? Just throw the ball. And then they realized, oh shit,
he can throw the ball.
Jordan Love can throw the ball.
He can fit it in
and
some
now
windows.
All of a sudden they're doing well. I think the coaches got to go next year. I said it earlier in the pods. If you've listened all year, you've heard me say it. I believe it was the pod with Mitch. I said, I think it's the coach's fault.
It has been.
I love
early in the season.
If Jordan Love is the quarterback next year, I think I'm happy with that.
You just can't do what you did in the beginning of the year and still have your job.
Exactly.
When a drunk Brad knows how to run an offense better than a professional coach for the first 4 games of the season, that's a problem.
It is a problem. All right, so we got Dickus Handbones projected 121. Baxter projected 114.
It's a tight game.
It's still a tight game.
Anyone's game.
Anyone's game. That's still 50-50. All right, next matchup we have Slow 8 Bronco versus the Milwaukee Bearcats. Huge matchup.
Huge.
I believe Dillman is still fighting for a top seed, potentially still a bye. Although I assume he wants still the 3 seed, so he can play the weakest team. Bearcats fighting for his life to get in the playoffs. Dillman had 2 players, and Bearcats had 1.
Yeah, see, the Bearcats got one big problem, and it's that the Bengals are going to suck, and Herbert's probably going to keep sucking. And
Herbert's been very good.
He has been, but is he going to continue to be good?
I don't see why not. He's the top 3. He's the number 3 quarterback in fantasy.
Yeah, I know, but that's temporary. That's only because he played Detroit, put up 40 points, and then he played Green Bay and put up some points. I think that he plays.
I will say this:
he plays Baltimore, he plays New England, he plays Denver. I guess he does have some favorable matchups down the stretch.
There's always that. I mean, okay.
Week 18.
Let's look at this. Justin Herbert's the number 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, who I have, and I'm only saying this because I know that I have him, is the number 5.
We also have to remember though that Keenan Allen will be injured. Keenan Allen will be injured by the end of the year. So
all I'm saying is that the quarterbacks, I don't think are as favorite. like the if you have a top three quarterback,